So 2 players were down. A car came out of nowhere and just destroyed the squad. Even though one of their players got knocked down, they were able to go ahead and pick him up. So the Terror, I want to go ahead and see them from India just pretty much pushing the action a little bit more and seeing what they can do.
Definitely a little bit more decisive and team gameplay, I think, from a lot of the other squads that are not the Chinese squads. We're seeing a lot of kind of fragmented individuals getting knocked by themselves, a little bit away from their team, and then immediately getting finished. I think sticking together a little bit more, playing a little bit more decisively, rotating a little bit earlier, and trying to secure those positions so they're not trying to get into a zone with a squad like LHW, gunning them down, essentially trying to get in.
Briefly, we just saw a team, big Russian bot, and overall they are one of the teams that's quietly been doing pretty well here throughout the tournament.
Yeah, they haven't had any disappointing finishes so far. They've done pretty well consistently. Big Russian bot hasn't secured a ton of kills, but they also haven't been quiet either. Again, they're going to be looking to put some up on the board here as the tournament continues.
Yeah, they're definitely being sneaky. You don't really see much from them, but they're being consistent, and that's really, really good in tournaments like this. And as we see there, Galaxy, pretty much Galaxy, just not really sure what they're going to go ahead and do in this next couple matches. More than likely, we're going to go ahead and see some of these teams that might be towards the bottom, trying to at least push the action, because it is going to be the last game from day one.
Well, what I want to see, though, out of this last game is I want to see a non-Chinese winner for this game, because somebody, nothing against the Chinese team, somebody else needs to make a statement here in order to climb their way up the ranks in order to have a shot at getting one of those top.
Maybe Thailand can continue on, maybe.
RRQ Athena would be a great pick for that, as they are sitting just out of 3rd place right now, down in 4th.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, Team Galaxy, in the previous interview that we just saw, was one of the teams that said, you know, RRQ, we're coming for you, which is a big statement considering what we just saw from RRQ. So.
It is. They're definitely going to have to maybe want to push the action right from the get-go as soon as they land. If not, if they give it enough time to loot up, kind of like as we've seen with LHW, you're just not going to be able to take teams on like that. Yeah. They're getting to the safe zone first. They're pretty much they're playing the most perfect game, but they're not able to get a win. That's something I also want to go ahead and see. Each LHW or maybe GTW, can they go ahead and get a win? We're seeing consistency, but I want to go ahead and see some wins from those teams.
One of the things that we're seeing as well is like just not split drops, essentially. People being split away from their teammates. So if they're together, they'll have an opportunity to push and finish squads early.
Circles have been very, very generous to people as well. Not that many hard shifts compared to what we used to for some of the regionals. But thank you very much, gentlemen. It's time to get into our final game of the day here. The final game for people to rack up points of the day, going into day number 2. Gentlemen, take it away.
I bet we're about to see an airplane. I just have a feeling. Here we are headed into game number 4, though, and there is the plane headed into the arena right now. We're going to be dropping a nice little care package for everybody.
That definitely never gets old. That it looks just so freaking cool. And once again, this is sponsored by Samsung Galaxy. Now, I'm actually been using mine to take pictures here with the audience, and I've been posting them on Instagram, so definitely go ahead and check that out with Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And let's see this plane path, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, right down the middle. Looking like a, what is that, west to east plane path here, right down the middle. And we've got some people jumping. It looks like BRK again heading to the same exact spot, home to Watertown once again. Very comfortable, loot up in a very familiar scenario. And it looks like Gangstar's heading to their comfortable North Georgia pool spot as well. We've got teams kind of heading to, again, back to their roots, kind of getting comfortable. And you're going to see hopefully some action early as they're going to start dropping on top of each other, more than likely.
And to be honest, that's something I actually want to go ahead and start seeing a lot more of, just teams landing where they're comfortable with. It seems at the beginning there, some teams were just really uncomfortable, and actually we're getting some knocks right off the bat. I'm not able to see their name there, but there is people getting knocked. Everybody landing super close by. I cannot tell that name. KWC
Korea winner chicken dinner taking down Evos. Holy cow, that's a huge turn of events there. Let's see if they can actually get finished off. That has to be on the West Coast somewhere. We don't exactly know where those guys are at, but again, Caviera looting his way through Watertown, similar to Baraka last game.
Definitely did. Pretty much BRK, this is, from what it looks like, they're going to go ahead and keep on landing here no matter what. And it seems like nobody's going to challenge them, so might as well just keep on doing it as he's able to go ahead and get an AKM right there. But Evo's getting two players
down, yeah.
2 members down this early in the game. You definitely don't want to go ahead and see that. So more than likely, they are not going to try to play so aggressive and go for blazing a little bit more. As well as the AKM here. And another thing I want to go ahead and mention, they don't really get that much really good loot in this area, but they still keep going to it. I wonder why. I wonder if it's maybe because nobody's challenged them, but every single time they just go into this spot right here in Watertown, Venice, whatever you want to call it, Atlantis.
Part of it is the availability of a vehicle. They go across the street. They send one member to grab that car, and that gives them portability and mobility, being able to move around the map. You see CBT here also trying to move it south a little bit. They look like they're going to be heading down to military base potentially on this motorcycle.
Taking full advantage of that motorcycle. See some teammates just picking them up, and look at this. Talking about the terror squad, they do have somebody nearby. They currently don't have any weapons, or at least this player doesn't have any weapons. Amit, so more than likely he's gonna go ahead and try to loot up as soon as possible. And I want to see, can they bring up the little action? As somebody from the Japanese team is currently very low on health. Luckily for him, he just found a med kit there.
Looks like they looted up. They found several cars and brought them all the way to Severny, and it looks like the Terror Squad did the exact same thing. So coming in from different sides of Severny. Ultimately, we'll see if they do meet. Terror Squad definitely needs to take that fight and try to get some kills racked up early to get some momentum going.
Yeah, I'm sure the Terror Squad there don't want to go ahead and just let a statement there from India and let them know, hey, we're here. Namaste, baby. We're here to win some, all right? So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to go ahead and do. Now they have the guns. They got the DP-28. Once again, I'm seeing that actually a lot from Terror Squad. They are using the DP-28 every single match, no matter what. At least one of their players are going to be carrying it, which is good, especially if they're going up against vehicles, because that thing just shreds vehicles.
It's really interesting that they find them so early as well. I don't ever find DPs that early in the game as frequently these guys are. Every single game they've had multiple players with DPs, and that's a really, really solid gun.
Usually when I spawn, all I get is just a pistol. And I'm pretty sure you people currently watching at home, let us know in the comments, are you that type of player where you pretty much just land and all you can find there for like the first minute is just a pistol? And look at this. Arab
He's going to snipe with the shotgun there.
Fandy getting some shots there on Arab Madness, one of their players. Fandy actually starting to rotate around. Great place here by
What
Fandy.
happened? Fandy's teammates left her. Exclusive took off in the car. I think they had a buggy and left a couple behind. I think they're out trying to search for other cars. Arab Madness King was laying in the road, I believe, going prone, and watched that car drive off. And now Fandy able to light him up as he gets back to the house.
Fandy in full send, part of the fan favorite picks. And look at her. She's trying to move around. She's going to be able to get him. She's actually starting to shoot at the car. Interesting place there by her, as she doesn't really have that much cover. All she has is bush. If she gets seen through that, you're gonna get knocked out. But Arab Madness, I don't think they currently have the arsenal to take into that fight.
Maybe not. Fanny with the scar, rocking the scar, has a health kit as well, so she can heal up if necessary. But again, comfortable to find a bush, hide in it, and then ultimately make her escape. She does find the buggy here, and is going to try to go meet up with her team.
Probably let them know, why did you leave me by myself over there? Oh, and look at this. Talking about the Terror Squad, one of them got knocked down. Actually, they traded Knox.
We'll see if that deters them now. Will they shy away now from the fight? Or are they going to try to position, get, a little bit aggressive here and take on the Japanese squad? Both of those teams need to start making a performance, really making something happen here to get up those rankings.
Yeah, pretty much. Will the trend continue? We see them try to be aggressive, and as soon as one of their members goes down, oh, what a grenade! My goodness, that was a beautiful grenade by them. Now, this is what we're talking about. They have one player down. They have all of their teammates up. What are they going to go ahead and do here? Are they going to go ahead and push? And as we're seeing here, they are starting to throw the Molotovs. This will be a perfect scenario if he has anything else, just to go ahead and maybe push. But he has to watch out, because Nugi from the Japanese team is right there. Meanwhile, the Terror Squad is just holding back.
Doggy out on the flank, trying to hold these guys down. Terror Squad again holding back. They had the fresh knock, and then they had one that just got back up and was low HP. But again, choosing not to take advantage of the situation, letting them basically heal up, get back into the fight, and they're going to have to go at them again once they're all back to full health.
We have seen that backfire previously, and look at this place right here by the Japanese team, starting to flank around, trying to get different angles on them, and they are actually currently getting distracted by that, which they have to be careful, because the Japanese team is now starting to rearrange themselves inside that building.
Yeah, that UAZ definitely drew some attention, and it's caused the Terror Squad to rethink their position and start to rotate around to regroup, and you see that buy some time for the Japanese squad to get out of the house, jump out, and now they're going to rotate around. Nanitu, though, he might be in some trouble here if he lurks for too long. He's got his vehicle exposed. It could be disabled very easily. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the map right now to see the zone as it has moved to the western side of the map and has shaded a little bit north as well.
And LHW going once again noble by themselves. Nobody challenging them. Pretty much being able to go ahead and just loot up, take their time. No worries whatsoever. Maybe the only time they might have to worry is just crossing the bridge and somebody being in Milltown. But besides that, they're just going to be able to loot up, get maybe everything level 3 out of their minds, and then just go on and start destroying people.
Absolutely. We've got a nod has Doggy pinned down, and Doggy is going to be trying to escape that place. These squads both seem to want to take the fight, though. Both have had opportunities to leave, and look at that, the UMP on a nod. He had a great angle on one of them, but the UMP able to take him down over the row of houses, and Nanichu at this point is going to regroup with his squad, and they'll figure out if they want to push the action at this point with one man down.
And it seems that's exactly what they're going to go ahead and do. You're starting to see rearrange.
This
is what I'm talking about. The Japanese team knows they have them hurt. They're going to go ahead and start pushing. This is what I was hoping the terrorist squad from India would have done earlier. The grenade there.
Wow.
Ahmed gets taken now with a beautiful grenade.
And now they've got 2 players down, and Japan is on the offensive. They are going to be hitting the Terror Squad very hard. One finish there and not going down. Nanichu getting the finish. And now they've got 2 players pinned in a building. They know where they're at, and it's a 4v2 situation.
And another player just from the Terror Squad, absolutely so far away from that gunfight. He's trying. I believe he might be just trying to find a vehicle here. An interesting place here by him. Using the dirt.
He's trying to bait him out. If he can get him out on the ledge here, Torpedo can pop up and take him down. Might be able to turn the tide here.
Torpedo does have the M16 there. You can go ahead and use it first. And look at this, C9, Cloud9 currently going up against KWCB. Can they go ahead and win this gunfight here? We have seen them actually choke some of the gunfights earlier. It looks right now that they are being able to go ahead and take the advantage as KWCD is currently going down. There's 1 player left. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Kodo being able to go ahead and finish them off as Cloud9. Rolex and Kodo by themselves taking on a full squad. I'm loving that.
That was a very risky decision again to split drop like that. Sam and Carnage off elsewhere. But again, it pays off for Cloud9 here as Rolex and Kodo 2v4 against the Korea Winter Chicken Dinner. Able to take them out, wipe them off the map, and that's really, really good for Cloud9 as they're able to pick up 4 kills early as well as continue to loot 2 different locations for their squad.
And while we were away with that, it looks like there's just 1 player left from the Terror Squad. Keep in mind, the Terror Squad had the advantage at one point. They had a player down from the Japanese team. They decided not to push, being passive, something that honestly we have pointed out throughout the whole day. They keep being too passive. They need to push a little bit more. They need to stop being so scared and just show up a little bit. Be more confident in yourselves there.
There's your total rankings right there. We can check the bottom half of those top 10. You can see KWCD out early this game. That's going to drop them from the 10th spot. Gangstars, Bigatron, we've got those guys in at 9 and 8. We got Big Russian Bot, again, finishing pretty consistently. And then the tie teams at number 4 and number 6. And also number 5, Eagles Burnout. So, basically China, then Thailand, and then everybody else right now.
Look at this, Team 12 Wildcard, Team 13 Cloud9. They definitely want to go ahead and get better places.
Look at this guy. Impressive.
All right. I like it. Get in the car, please. That's what he's going to go ahead and tell his teammates as he's getting around there. But he has to watch out because BRK is still in Watertown. Actually, they have a car themselves, so he doesn't even have to worry. Interesting place to actually loot. You don't usually see this place being looted right off the get-go. But I'm actually surprised that they're doing this.
He's going to take his car with him up to the castle and park it up there. I haven't seen that a whole bunch of times. But we do have a crate called in, and we've got an AWM Grossa combination in there, and that is a pretty lethal combo. I'd love to see some of these guys with their aiming abilities with the Grossa. Oh man, that could be scary.
A favorite from everybody, especially the AWM. That thing is just so lethal. If you're able to get a headshot on somebody, more than likely that is going to be a knock no matter what. And that's exactly what Suzuki Torti says. You know what? This is an AWM that I actually want. I'm going to go ahead and drop whatever I was carrying there. And I believe he also picks up the Gross, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's got a full crate loadout right now, and that makes him a pretty scary player. We'll see how, if he gets an opportunity to use that later on. And then we got some sort of little dance going on Torti here. Doing a little crouch.
Oh, look at this team
brought
plays.
him the Grossa. I like it. He's like, yo, I'll take that. Bring it in. You can have my AK.
Hey, it happens. Pretty much what we're saying earlier in the day is that teams are going to go ahead and just play with what they're comfortable with. And if he knows that he's not comfortable with that Grossa, he's not going to go ahead and use it in LHDU. As you can see here, before they even move up, they're just going to go ahead and get out, scout that area by the bridge, and then actually go ahead and move forward. Interesting plays there by him.
They're way out in the blue zone right now, so they know that it's not likely that they're being camped. They're still taking the time to be cautious to check that because you never know, especially when there is a known drop location like Novorotnoye from LH2U. You don't want to get caught being too cocky, like, oh, there's no one there, and they come across and they get blown up. But they do check it first, make it across with no issue. Now they'll head on to the zone. All of these guys pretty low on health. Hopefully they don't wreck their vehicle.
Yeah, and something to point out there is that every single one of those players are in their own vehicle. So if they were to go actually up against the squad, that could be a huge disadvantage for them because you cannot drive a vehicle and shoot at the same time.
You got RRQ Athena here taking on one of the crates. Fandy exclusive. Look on from the nearby compound as Full Send is trying to prevent RRQ from taking it. But unfortunately, they failed to do so. Senior is going to grab the AWM and head on up the mountain once again. Looks like the Full Send team content.
Waiting
They're
patiently.
content to take those yellows and hang out in the shack down there and just wait for the zone to see what happens.
Fan favorite team just saying, you know what, we don't want to go ahead and engage there, and I believe Vandy is now with them. So the full squad is together, ladies and gentlemen, and they're just gonna go ahead and play it safe. They're not gonna go ahead and move anywhere at this point. And it's exclusive with that AKM, just waiting for somebody to go ahead and pick through that window. Interesting stuff here, as they're just gonna go ahead and wait it out, which is completely fine. You know, they want to go ahead and make sure that they last a little bit longer there towards the end.
There's something to be said for grabbing a good position early and seeing what happens. So, oh, here we go, RRQ pushing up. They found GT Doyu out in the middle of ruins. Interesting spot for GT Doyu here. Not sure if they're caught mid-rotation or if they were just camping that little ridge side.
Something they definitely want to go ahead and watch out, but they don't even want to engage. They just say, you know what, let's go ahead and just leave them there. And look at this. RRQ is now going to go ahead and start going up against Wildcard. This is going to definitely get crazy because GT, though you still has some shots on RRQ, so they could, RRQ could get third party, but GT, though you. And here comes the shots, ladies and gentlemen. C-Gut
hitting the bridge, unfortunately. Didn't want to expose too much of himself here. But now RRQ's got decent position. They're working their way up. But again, being shot in the back potentially by GT Go U as well.
Outside of there, just gets completely taken out. And RRQ G9 pretty much outgunning one of the players from Wildcard. Wildcard just losing the fight even though they have the height advantage. That is something you rarely see. RRQ just too strong.
Had position on them. RRQ getting shot in the back, but they just parked the cars just a little bit down the mountain so that they couldn't get shot, and then they pushed their way up as a team, just overrunning Wildcard. Again, Wildcard getting caught out, Hot Chooks out in front, getting taken out early, and again, they find themselves backpedaling them instead of fighting from a position of strength. They get overrun.
As you mentioned, as soon as they realize that, hey, GTW is not gonna go ahead and shoot at us, let's go ahead and actually push these guys, and they actually did great. Nobody from their team got knocked down, and we actually saw one-on-ones there, which I believe, I think it was outsider there, just pretty much not being able to go ahead and finish one of the RRQ players, even though he was able to get the first shots. And look at this, GG's just moving around, getting to the safe zone first, and that's something that I've been actually seeing about the Chinese teams. They start rotating super early. As soon as the zone shifts, they want to go ahead and get there. They want to go ahead and, if there's a compound or any type of building, they want to go ahead and get to that building and just dominate that area.
Very good at spreading out. We got the GG gamers here heading into the zone, cutting up real close on that tree. Slapping at 5 on the way by, but they're heading on the northern side of the map, trying to grab position in the zone. We'll see what kind of compound they're taking a look at here as the zone kind of shrinks. We've got Japan bringing a fleet of vehicles, all kinds of UAZs. They're going to be trying to find a great spot as well. Interesting decision to take all 3 UAZs. They might even have a fourth one.
They have 4. They're actually going for the LHW strategy there.
I like it.
Everybody has their own vehicles. Interesting stuff there by him. And talking about LHW, look at LHW just pretty much cutting through that zone, trying to find a spot that they are comfortable with, as we do have a lot of teams now in this safe zone and waiting to see what's going to go ahead and happen after this, with the Japanese team still with that fleet of vehicles. And look at this, Japanese team still just going around trying to figure out what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, as they're crashing into each other. They're having so much fun that they're pretty much crashing into each other, PB.
Indeed, LHW was actually headed into the zone with a scout trying to figure out where the people are at the compounds. They're headed right for Cloud9, so keep an eye on that. We've also got Galaxy heading in here. Arab Madness holding the compound, and Galaxy parked in a spot where they didn't have to, really reveal too much of themselves, but again, they're still getting shot up here. But they decide, you know what, let's get on to the next compound here.
Definitely don't want that fight there. You weren't even expecting that when you're driving like that. Not even close. Just run away from that, regather around, and then also heal up because some of them actually got tagged. As you can see, they're applying the bandages. And look at the Japanese team has. They are actually running up against GTW. GTW, we know that they can actually go in and shoot players out of the cars, and this is actually bad for the Japanese team. Luckily for them, none of them are getting knocked down as GTW is able to go ahead and miss some shots there.
Remember, RRQ is at the top of the mountain, and they're going to continue going by, and now they're running into Cloud9. And again, they are one by one coming in, and this is the weakness of taking 4 vehicles, is you get picked apart without being able to fire back, and now all 4 guys are separated.
As you can see, Koto right here with the AKM, being able to go ahead and take down somebody from the Japanese team right there. He knows somebody else is up the front as well. He's going to go ahead and keep on shooting. Barely misses him. Carnage is very nearby. Carnage should be able to go ahead and take him out. Carnage deciding not to shoot. That man is inside the house.
He's trapped.
He's getting outnumbered now. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it for the Japanese team. It looks like having that 4 vehicle is a disadvantage if you just run into a compound like
that. It was in this particular scenario. They were able to have great mobility, get around real nice, but when they came in, they got chewed up pretty nicely and spit out by C9.
And I'm enjoying this here by C9. C9 now with 7 kills, starting to wake up a little bit. They know they need the kills. They know they need the win, so I'm enjoying this a lot. And look at this, GTW now going to go ahead and go up against CPT. Two of the top 3 teams right now, ladies and gentlemen. And look at 6 guy. He's going to open the door. He's going to start pre-firing with that AKM, moving around. The movement is just insane.
Oh, look at this.
2 of the players get knocked down. They get finished. No waiting around with the AKM, pre-firing back and forth, pushing the action, rushing into the house, knocking them down.
GTW absolutely killing it there. 6 got gifted a few finishes. They decided to come outside while knocked rather than stay inside. Didn't matter anyway. CPT Han is like, yo, I'm out. This is madness.
And that is something to go ahead and point out. As CP Dan is able to go ahead and get out of that GT, trying to make sure they finish them. That man's accuracy. My goodness, if there wasn't a ledge there, more than likely he would have been able to go ahead and take out CPT Han. But luckily for CPT, one of their members is still alive, and we know they got what it takes to at least still be there towards the end of the match. Look at this, Illuminate is currently shooting at GTW, even though they have a RRQ right in front of them.
Maybe they don't know they're there. They got you with the smokes like that. RRQ is going to take off. They get out of dodge in the Dacia there. They're heading to the compound here, and guess what? They have guests waiting. It's going to be Ollie Pocket and Full Send, who stand no chance, get immediately run over. Peek in the window. Fandy goes down to Evos. Look at that. Evos already still doing work here late in the game with, the early couple of knocks that we had from that team.
They definitely did. 2 of their players got knocked down there super early, and now Cloud9 starting to get into the action here. Evos with 2 players looking fairly strong there as they were able to go ahead and destroy some people from the Full Send team. In Galaxy, look at Galaxy, currently out in the middle of nowhere, inside a sniper tower. And guess who they have? Oh my goodness, they're not even shooting. He's gonna go to
rank has been tied up.
Gosh,
look at this
patience of that man.
15:05 apiece.
There you go. Now it comes down to the shot. LHW, is he gonna be able to finish him? He hits the ledge there. He now is gonna go ahead and start to back up as he took a little bit too long there to shoot.
RRQ Athena with their kills this round have cruised ahead of LHW, the Chinese counterpart, and it looks like they're destined for even brighter things if they can keep it up here.
They are. LHW currently having the high ground there. More than likely, what I expect to happen here is they're going to go ahead and wait until Galaxy definitely has to push out and just start getting some easy pickings there. As we see Galaxy just giving their precision away. Get it. Look at that. Shots with the scar there on GG. Great shots there by Galaxy.
Really nice stuff there. Kong aware of the presence of LHW up on the top of the hill there. Still trying to get the finish on Majed before they come back to pick him up. GG Gamers thinking about maybe getting him, but at the same time, getting knocked out of a car like that out in the open, a lot of times you're just going to have to leave him.
Might as well just sacrifice him. It's not worth it, especially when you have LHW there on top of that hill. And look at this next circle. My gosh, Illuminate, and Evos are one of the only 3 teams inside the safe zone. Everybody else is going to have to go ahead and move, and more than likely, we're going to see LHW starting to move. Look at this. As soon as the circle comes, LHW says, you know what, let's go ahead and move into the circle, and it turns out GG does want to go ahead and save that teammate. They came back, they put up a full wall of smokes, and they want to go ahead and save him.
Yeah, they tested it out, left him alive for a little bit to see if he was going to get taken out. They didn't, so they came back, smoked it out, and they are going to try to pick him up. LHW hitting the compound here, getting hit by Illuminate from the top. They are able to storm the compound successfully and get inside. They're going to patch themselves up here before they probably peek again.
More than likely, they're just going to go ahead and wait. We see them.
Wow,
they
look at that wall.
They only tend to move if, for some reason, the zone moves and they're not inside it. That's the only time they tend to move, and also when they move out of Novo. But great plays here by LHW. I'm loving the movement. I'm loving the rotations. It seems like they definitely know what they're doing.
They're just so smart with the vehicles, especially. They're trying to maintain mobility outside the compounds. They're not sitting ducks inside of windows where people are looking at them. But they're taking vehicles and very quickly pulling them together, making a wall, making a barricade, and they're able to fight from that outside.
There's Hero taking a note or two there as they are currently controlling a compound inside this safe zone. They don't have to worry about anything. Any team can come towards them. And look at this. It might just happen as BRK is very close by. They do have the full squad. They could maybe take them to the fight. Couldn't backfire though. LHW taking some shots there.
Oh no, he spun out. Oh no. That's terrible luck there. ProRC getting taken out of the buggy, knocked and finished there. That is something that you never want to happen. When you're hitting that boost button in the buggy, trying to go faster, it does get a little squirrely on you, and unfortunately, he loses control.
And now we got BRK versus Hydro. Hydro just truly moving in. He's able to go ahead and knock one down. He's going to be able to go ahead and knock another one. Just fully outnumbered there. His team is just waiting a little bit too late there as he gets knocked down as well. They are starting to push the action here as Hero is trying to take on to BRK.
Doc is knocked inside Hero, unable to get there to help his teammate out. Oh my goodness, Doc makes it out. And look at this, they are going to wait to push and try to get their own teammates back up. Looks like BRK here content to try to save their own teammates rather than push the action.
Hero watching out for those grenades. He more than likely saw them coming. He's trying to pick up his teammate. He has to watch the angles though. As they just threw some grenades, he has to watch out. BRK waiting patiently. He's able to go ahead and get some of those tags. Also, LHW taking out Galaxy and Sam taking out GT.
Looks like Everfury goes down from Gangstars. He's finished off by Illuminate. Dudu somehow falls to his death.
Hey, it might happen. It happens, especially considering where they were at too. If they're getting pushed by the zone, I can definitely see that happening there by Dudu.
Looks like Galaxy is being griefed a little bit by some of the other squads, and they are in trouble for sure. CPT on taking down some of the Air Madness guys. Looks like GTOU taking out C9 Kana.
Great shot. Great, actually, grenade there by Hero as they're just doing work here on Hero. Hero actually takes
knocking his own player.
Oh my goodness. You gotta watch out. You gotta make sure you call that out. And also, I saw some Cloud9 members getting knocked down there as well. I believe it was by GT.
Yeah, GTOU and Cloud9 are currently in a fight, and it's unfortunate, but Hero knocks Doc, their own player, and now they're chilling in the zone here. Looks like we've got the Cloud9 GT fight going on right now. Smoke's coming out from C9. They're going to try to get out of dodge, get a different position here.
And hopefully get a very bad spot there, especially Carnage, and I believe that's Kodo as well. Just trying to get out behind that rock, and they're actually doing a great job there. And look at GT. GT now is starting to push it. They know they got him on the run. This is crazy. The aggressiveness of this team just surprises me. Kodo running behind the rock, just getting bombarded with grenades, trying not to get knocked down. And look at that. They're just resilient with those grenades. They keep throwing them until they see on the kill feed that you get knocked down.
That's one thing with the smokes is it makes it so you can't be shot, but at the same time, you can't do much shooting either. So it's a great time to pull out those frag grenades and try to get those knocks with the grenades when you can't see them.
An interesting play there by Carnage as he decides to go ahead and push up the car, try to pick up Kodo, and then decides, you know what, it's not going to be worth it. Backs up a little bit of wasted time there by Cloud9 Carnage. And now Rolex. Rolex knows that he wants to go ahead and pick up the teammate that's down. He might just go ahead and do that because two of his teammates are getting shot out of the car. They have to watch out. They got a zigzag, baby.
They're prioritizing rotation here. It looks like both squads taking care of their vehicles, getting ready to rotate, and it looks like they're headed to the zone.
They are getting to the zone. A lot of teams now are starting to push early, but look at this.
Driving right between two squads here, and somehow they don't get punished for it.
Super lucky plays there by them. LHW still in the exact same spot they were early. They haven't moved. They're pretty much controlling this area. And as I say that, all of them get inside the car except for LHW TDZ. And he's just knocking people up in a car here as he's using that sweet DP28 and also the Scar L.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be metting up and trying to hang out in the zone to protect his teammates until they're ready to get out of dodge.
BTR starts to move up. He gets knocked down there by LHW, getting some easy knocks. RRQ also going up against GT. A lot of stuff going on here, ladies and gentlemen, as LHW more than likely is going to go ahead and start throwing up those smokes.
I really like what they did there. They sent a couple guys to the zone to get position, and then they turned around to cover their teammates while they try to join them. Look at the zone, hard shifting there to the south, and it does look like there's a bunch of squads well positioned. Rolex peeking there from Cloud9. He's going to take some damage to the zone, and he's just trying desperately to get there, but the circle is super small. The zone's starting to hurt. Lots of squads in the same spot.
Just at a huge disadvantage there. I'm actually loving LHW's awareness here. They're using the card for cover, and they're also just pretty much ramming it into that hay bale. And Illuminate getting knocked down there from side as Arrow's coming in and just third-partying a couple of players there from Illuminate.
LZD has been absolutely taking people out back to the shed. He's been crushing people so far. And again, GTW will focus on them.
Kills and 2 members still up. One of them is knocked down as one of them decided to go ahead and just be out in the open. Evo's not taking the shots there, not taking the shots and almost getting knocked down there by RRQ. They have to watch out. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this zone. LHW has just 1 player left and he's pretty much smacked down the middle. He has done LHW LCD has done 915 damage
it's a great game for him so far. Anything over 1,000 is a pretty solid performance, but it does look like the same teams once again are in the final circle. So we got Illuminate camping out. We've got Torty, which is again a big Russian bot, again right around top 6 where they've been every single game. But you also see Evo's. Remember, Evo's got 2 players knocked first before anyone else, and here they are again, top 6, 2 players still left alive.
I'm loving the movement here. LHW had 2 players down. 1 player was able to go ahead and move around, pick him up, and then pick up the other guy as well. Great awareness there where everybody's at. And CBT Han is still holding on. He's going for that placement. They haven't even noticed him. He hasn't even shot. He's
got the best position of anybody as far as the circle is concerned. He's laying down in the center of the zone, unseen currently, and it looks like LHW still trying. LZD trying to get it done here. Nades out. Let's see if this connects.
None of the teams left having 4 players. Everybody either has 3 players, 1 player, or 2 players. Interesting fact to keep in mind as it is starting to get here to the end of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, LHWA is just waiting patiently on the ground, being a snaky snake. Illuminate pushing forward, killing Torty there or knocking him down. And look at this. He doesn't realize that LHW Sen is right next to him as Illuminate is just drinking some energy drinks. And Evo's being able to go ahead and knock some people down, but he also gets knocked down himself.
He paid for it right there. LHW Zen taken down, finished by JCC. Illuminate getting the job done there. Senior, though, finishing out Bullshark from Evos, and that leaves them down with one player remaining as Ernie in the middle, laying down along with Han. They're very, very close to each other. Very interesting to see, but RRQ Athena poised to take another victory here if they can clutch it out here in the final third.
And definitely clutch it. Look at the shots right here. Bad placing there by RRQ. As he was just pretty much moving forward, you cannot stay out in the open. And look at this. He's going to continue shooting until that player is fully killed.
He didn't even need to finish him. There's so many players left alive from so many different squads here that, I mean, look at this. 7 alive, but 5 are different teams. So if you knock some alive, but 5 are different teams. So if you knock somebody, somebody's going to finish him.
The aggressiveness.
Han goes down. CPT is eliminated. We're down to 4. So CPT finally not in the top 3 here. Really solid performance once again for them to get into the top 5. LH2U, though, still holding strong. Still impressive performance.
And LH2U here barely getting on that health kit or something, because he was about to die to the zone. He might actually die to the zone if he doesn't decide to go ahead and move forward, but he has to watch out because everybody has their eyes on him.
He's betting, just trying to manage and trying to outlast here, trying to get another place here. And look at that, he does get Ernie. And oh my goodness, Maroon 5 takes down LH2U. They will finish in 3rd, but now we've got a nice little situation. It looks like Illuminate versus RRQ 2v2 to finish here.
And Illuminate, pretty much, they could go ahead and decide to push this and finish them, as they do have another player down on the different squad. RRQ looking to pretty much heal up their team, and they're doing just so.
One thing's for certain, it's not going to be China here in Game 4. It's going to be Thailand here. Illuminate and RRQ Athena, both from Thailand, both trying to get the one-up on each other to get this chicken dinner wrapped up for Game 4.
He might have paid off there, seeing their flip of singing Maroon 5, because so far, 2nd place or 1st place, one of those two they're going to go ahead and get. And I wonder if they even know that the team is right here. They're more than likely not going to be able to hear, because that car is currently on fire.
They know. Look at this. Here we go.
Here comes the grenades. They definitely know. He gets taken out right there. Illuminate JC being able to go and take him out.
Returns fire. Look at that. Does the damage. Both of them hurt.
Here comes the push, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the push. Senior just pretty much trying to back him up. He's laying down.
Look at that kill.
Senior's going to go ahead and push. Is he going to be able to clutch it? He's
he
able to clutch it, ladies and gentlemen.
Senior gets the kill. RRQ Athena goes back to back and gets another chicken dinner here in game number 4.
2 versus 1, nothing for him. Look at him. Stone Cold Killer.
Wow, him going prone right there, avoiding the shots, popping up, taking down that one person while being...